Okay, this is not going to be the best video, but I'm going to let you know what I'm up to. So, my daughter is out of town. She's in Arizona. She was surprised with a plane ticket, round trip to Arizona to visit some longtime family friends that moved a few months ago. Anyways, look who I have. Einstina. Hello. Hi. She's coming to say hello. So my daughter read that you're supposed to have a blanket that they love and they recognize. So that's where this pink polka dotted blanket came from. And so the only thing is I cleaned her cage today. I'm trying to do little by little. The bedding that my daughter got is more shavings, and it is going to be a mess where Einstina's cage is, so I'm sure she's gonna kick it out. I try to have plexiglass a few inches up around the side to save some, but this is gonna be a mess, so we'll ride it out for the next week and a half. So you're going to go through the hole. There's a hole. There's a hole in the box. So she's having fun. I think she's looking for my daughter. Einstina. 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 Yeah. So a few years ago, my oldest son used to have a beagle. And my son had to sadly put him down 3 years ago. He was only 6 years old. He was so cute, little Cooper. Anyways, Einstina used to take some of her alfalfa and she'd stick it through the little slots on. That's not her cage. That's just what that is not her cage. She has a regular rabbit cage. I just use that to carry her upstairs because I have fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis, and also sometimes my hands are not the steadiest. So to me, to do that and carry her up, and that way it's all good. So isn't her markings beautiful? So anyways, Einstina, this rabbit Einstina, used to take her alfalfa and different things and stick it through the cage. And my son's beagle, Cooper, used to stand there at the bottom and he would eat. And it was so cute. He said that Einstina would share. Well, when we put Cooper down, Einstina, for the longest time, would drop her stuff down and she'd look out the window, or look out her cage, her other cage, again, not this carrying cage, the one, and she would wonder where he was. It was something. So I don't know, some of you, if you have watched a video back where I talked to Living the Dream, as this is her rabbit, about how she acquired this rabbit. So Living the Dream, years ago, or growing up, has always wanted a rabbit. And so one day, we were leaving our home in our area, and across the road, she saw this rabbit, Einstina. And she said, "Mom, look." And it was under this huge pine tree. It was just a little bit from our house. And I said, "That's not a wild rabbit. That's somebody's pet. Like, did somebody let her out? What happened?" So my daughter jumped out and tried to get near her, as you know, it was new to her to be by a rabbit. We had always had dogs, and my oldest sons had some small animals, but we've always just had a dog. So as my daughter's trying to get near this rabbit, A neighbor down the road was coming closer to our home, and she stopped and she said how she had seen this rabbit outside earlier in the morning, tried to shoo it. It was actually in the middle of the road, and tried to shoo it under the pine tree. And I guess it had been there all day. So, or a good part of the day. So she said, I have a rabbit cage if you'd like it. So she went home to her place and brought back this big rabbit cage. And we tried to see if anybody was looking for a rabbit or anything. And no, didn't find anything. So that was, I think, 5 years ago or so. So the Einstina wasn't super tiny when we got her. We're not sure how old she is. She's a lion head. Her name came from my granddaughter, my oldest grandchild. We were talking one day when she was here to see the rabbit, and we were talking about how Einstein had kind of wild hair. And we checked, and this rabbit is a girl. So my granddaughter said, how about Einstina? So that has been her name. Einstina! So, yeah. So what else am I doing lately? Not a lot. This is Grandma So Happy. As some of you know, I had major surgery a month ago. And so I had a little bit of problems afterwards. And then a week and a half afterwards, we had a day where Living the Dream was leaving, and she had a remote, the garage door remote, in her pocket. And it decided to shut as, whoop, where are you going? By my foot here. Whoops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to move my foot and scare you. So she was leaving, and anyways, the garage door opener went to close. And she hit the panel, the bottom panel. I just caught it. So, excuse me. And so, I tried to lift the little bit I could. One door, this one thankfully happened to be one that we replaced several years ago. It was more, I think, fiberglass, where the original doors were the old wooden ones. So I got it enough where she could leave where she was needing to go. And she was helping a family that day. Anyways, and then I just was going to leave it because I was still, newly recovering from my surgery and was on a weight restriction of what I can lift, and, was just told to take it easy. So, anyways, make long story short is I thankfully through the internet and I put a request, or just put it out there that this is what was going on, and a longtime family friend got a hold of us, and her brother-in-law, which we are friends with too, hi Einstina, offered to come, and he was able to come bend things a little bit, enough to get it where we could shut it. You couldn't even tell it had ever been, got bent. And then the man that installed it, who lives down a road a ways, I had put a call to him originally to see, what was I supposed to do. Normally I would do it, but with the surgery and what I'm going through, it was overwhelming. So he came, he oiled it, he tweaked everything else. We can use it with a remote, all for $20. So I was really excited. I was like, praise the Lord. So that was an answer to prayer. And my 3 oldest sons, 2 of them live nearby, but they're very busy. Anyways, it was nice that it was all taken care of, and how God took care of it and they didn't have to. And so, but that day, I went to take a step down when the second person came to look at it. And I took a step, and that's all I remember, and I fell. So I fell on my bad knee. I have one knee that one day I have to have a knee replacement. It's bone on bone, and I have a cyst in the bone in my knee. But I happened to fall on that knee, and my left elbow, which I think protected because I ended up falling. Even though we have tons of snow here, it happened to be clear that day, and it wasn't even slippery, but I happened to fall on the sidewalk, on my stomach, where all my incisions are. So, yeah, I had to kind of recover from that. And so I've had a little bit, the other day I had a CT scan done to check some things to make sure nothing inside has, my incisions inside haven't come undone or anything. But, so that was clear. I'm thankful. Thank you for those of you that were praying. But now they've extended more time of me not lifting things and taking it easy, and I'm just being really careful. So, but this little rabbit, she's just such a little blessing. So what else am I doing? So that's what I'm doing, is recovering. Living the Dream has an Etsy shop. I have to think of what it's called. I will have to put that, I will write this in the video. I will try to get a hold of her. And so I've been helping make some things there. She did get an order from a family friend out of state that for the dish class, so we had so much fun just going through the patterns I had and just being creative and doing different ones. And this friend of ours said she didn't care what color they were or anything, so that was really fun. So let's see, what am I doing? What else is going on here? So that mess my son has to carry down for me. There's just my dehydrator, because I think I may try to tackle that. We'll see if I'm feeling okay. Those are some pattern books. The binders are too wide for a shelf, and so I need to probably go through those. I don't know. And this cabinet is an old cabinet. Can you believe it? It's like 38 years old. And it used to have sliding doors on it. So that was sitting here when I was doing a lot of canning. My daughter just put some flour in those jars down there. So things don't always get done and put away, look at this, as I would like when you can't do it yourself. And before I had surgery, my daughter, living the dream, was not feeling good, and she was going through her own journey of things. So I'm going to see here, I'll show you kind of what we're trying. Here's what we're trying to do with my canning rings. And then this is not the best, but they're trying to take a bookcase that was from our neighbors that moved and put it on this goofy ledge. Lesson learned: when you build a house, it's nice to see what things actually look like. I didn't know that ledge was going to be there. I didn't know this thing was going to be there. It's a head for my basement. But anyway, so my daughter's been organizing that, so I'm leaving that. But I will show you, I can show you something. If somebody has an idea for this, you can tell me. I have wanted to ask an opinion on this, and this thing's always covered. So years ago, this is really messy because that duvet cover, I cover this up, this tin thing. So years ago, if I can show you, this, all the way up to the ceiling, was kind of a bookcase. And it was really odd because that's about 1.5 feet out or so. It was nicely, had sheetrock here and had a nice header and stuff, but it was too deep for books. It never had a door put on it, so I had made a tension rod with a lace curtain and things and tried to make do with it. And so one day I had my daughter and her friend tear everything out. And so that's why the wall isn't the best, because I did it. I'm trying to find somebody that will help me come up with a good idea. And then someone in our family did that, and that never got done and stuff. Well, anyways, I was told it used to be as high as here. Okay, I guess I can do it this way. Okay, as high as that back, which is probably as high as, I don't know, if it's 3 feet high, maybe. And so that used to be solid. Well, then someone told me you could take it in more and gain more inches. Well, I did that, and I only got maybe from here to here, whoops, maybe 10 inches. I don't even know if it was that. Was it 10 inches? I don't know if it was even that. So we should have probably left that, because now the wall's a mess, the wire's in here. Well, then when we were told to drop this down, I did that, except as you can see, that if I took this silver tin away, that's the opening to my basement stairs, so people would fall down. So that's why usually I take this duvet cover and kind of put it in there nice and put everything back and everything. Like I said, we just washed it, and I was going to have my daughter help me before she left. But the goofy thing is this electrical cord is way up high. So now the building inspector has told me, oops, I'm going to move this again so you can help me get an idea on this. So that's about 2 feet. Whoops, where this is about, let me see. I'll get a measuring just a sec. Okay, so this box area I just measured is 23 inches. And I've been told by the building inspector I can bring it down to 3 inches from the floor. So it would be, all that would be gone, down to the small little platform. Yeah, it might be kind of weird, but how to use this thing? I mean, the person that came and helped with our garage door, the family friend, he said he could make it as a box, put a cover in there for storage, and have it like a reading spot, put a cushion on it, or even if it just had a nice top and I put a pretty plant, that would be pretty. But see, the hard part is, sorry, there goes my heating pad, because I just kind of, I'll show you. This is where I sit, is on a couch. I made a new, I'll show you this. I made this new today, a dishcloth. And here sits kind of my mess as I'm recovering Kleenex and tapes and stuff I'm listening to. But we have this little table, and it's, because this is a sectional, you can't move it over. So anyways, that's kind of my goofy dilemma in my living room. It is, what do we do with this corner? It's, if you put something back up there all the way to the ceiling, imagine this big box thing kind of stands out. And I guess when we built, we could have had a cabinet from the kitchen, which I'm not sure how that would have worked. Anyways, any ideas, or if you have a home that has a situation like this, give me an idea. Or, you know, yeah, I would just be, it looks awful. I mean, like I said, when this duvet thing's on there, when that's on there, it doesn't look so bad. But it still doesn't look nice. So that's kind of my dilemma. Our poor bamboo plant, I don't know what happened. It was so tall. I was so excited. It was, I think, 3 feet tall total. And my daughter went to water it, and it turned all yellow and stuff. So anyways, I broke the piece off, the big piece, stuck it back in there. It seems to be doing good, and there's a little baby growing. So that's that. Now I'll show you something else. This is stuff my daughter is going to be working on, living the dream, when she gets back home. Doesn't that look like fun? And then I have to show you this. Let's see here. Sorry. Trying to do this all in that. Living the dream, my daughter took leftover scraps of yarn and she made this. Oops. You know what? I didn't realize, sorry people, that I'm doing this. I was doing it the wrong way. But isn't that pretty? I thought she did a great job. So, okay. Now, I'm going to do something. Okay, maybe it'll give a wider thing. So this box is 23 inches. Sorry. And it normally would have went all the way to the ceiling. But I need ideas what to do with that. So, okay. Now we'll go see what else. And this is what else we've been up to. Kombucha. So these bottles are all kombucha, and they are blueberries, and one has blueberries and strawberries in it, and these all have just the scobies in it, and then this one. And I was supposed to work on this while she's gone, so I'm hoping she calls, because I don't remember how she was doing it. So that's another thing. And she has a friend that is actually buying it from her, so that's fun. So, and this is the small bedroom that some of the kids grew up in, and this is now play place for grandkids. And underneath that is a grill. That is an amazing toy. I think that's made by Step 2. It was my son's, and it has a grill and stuff in it. And then I don't know if I can show. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can get it open. Okay, in there, that's a baby blanket Living the Dream has made. So yeah, it's kind of, there's Legos, there's a princess kitchen from my other son that my granddaughter likes to play with when she's here. And I want to leave you with this. If you want to feel rich, count your blessings. And everything wonderful started with a dream. That dream can be something that God puts in your heart. That passion, that desire. Keep praying about it. Keep reaching out for that dream. And you know what? They do become possible, because everything with God is possible, because nothing with God is impossible. Be blessed. Grandma's so happy, saying good night.